put most of your energy into what you want to think about, not into what other people want you to think. Create the world that you want to inhabit. Create it in your mind, because everything is created twice. That's everything is first created in the mind, and then it's created in reality. Hey guys, how you going? Campbell here, and this is Spiral Up. Happy 2025. I'm recording this on the 1st, January the 1st of 2025. So I hope you had a good New Year's. And I just wanted to talk about 2025, right? And how we should all just make it awesome, make it the best year ever. Because, I know there's a lot going on at the moment, right? The propaganda, the fight for our attention is just next level at the moment. And, it's kind of been that way over the last 4 years, right? And all this stuff. And, most of it is negative, right? It's not the best stuff to get into. There's a lot of bad stuff that they're pushing at the moment. And if we give that information our attention, we start to create it. And this is the whole scam with these our lights, right? Is they're not creators, we are. And so for them to create what they want is they just put thoughts in our heads, right? Education system, TV, movies, politics, music, all this stuff. It's all full of messages to get us to believe in the world that they want to create, and then we create it for them. So the way to create something better in your own life is focus on what you want. Don't focus on the outside world. That's the outside world is just your thoughts, but in the past, right? Because we think things and we create them. So the way that you look at your life is the way that you're going to experience your life. So for 2025, my advice would be don't focus on all the stuff that they're putting out there on the news and all this negative stuff. It's all over social media as well. That there's wars coming and there's economic collapse coming and the grid's going to go down and all this stuff. And now we've got stuff all in the skies everywhere. And a lot of people think that that's a really bad thing, right? Evil spirits returning and all this kind of stuff. But if we're creators, then that's not going to help us at all. All it's going to do is help the people who are currently in control, right? Who are controlling the system that they've put around us. We're just going to create what they want. And clearly they're not good people. And everyone says, well, the majority of people these days know that these people are not there to help us, that they're just there to, basically to make our lives a bit of a misery, right? But more than that, to give themselves the lives that they want, right? To make themselves gods on earth. That's what they want to do. And so if we're against them, then why would we listen to anything they put out? Because we know they own all the media. They're behind all the music, all the books, right? And they can censor all of these things as well. The TV, the news for sure, the education system, all the textbooks in the education system, all of our information source, well, not all of it, right? But most of it, especially everything that's pushed, is created by them, the elites, those who wish to control us. So the more attention we give that stuff, the more we are controlled. It's really that simple. So take the power back, guys. Just spend your time focusing on what you want. Take in less information that is promoted. The outside world is just there for us to experience our thoughts, because everything's a torus, right? A toroid, which is, it's like a donut shape if you're not sure what a torus is. And it's an energy shape as well, right? So the energy goes from the inside to the outside, and then from the outside back to the inside. So this is what we are, right? So we have thoughts on the inside, right? We turn those into actions and we experience them on the outside. And then we get feedback, right, from the world that we experience. And from that feedback, it goes back inside and we think about it and we come up with new ideas and conclusions and imaginings, right? All these things. And then we put something different out into the ether, which, becomes the outside world that we experience. We get more feedback, it goes in, we get new thoughts, it goes out, blah, blah, blah. This is what life is. And so this is why all the old teachings, they all say, be careful what you think, right? Because that's the most powerful thing. Put most of your energy into what you want to think about, not into what other people want you to think. Create the world that you want to inhabit. Create it in your mind because everything is created twice. That's everything is first created in the mind and then it's created in reality. Right. And this is actually a saying, right? Like I'm not sure who said it, but it's a saying. Um, and so this is the thing. Spend your time focusing on what you want. And I know there's a lot going on, and there's lots of interesting videos and conspiracy theories coming out, and it's all fun. And look, if you enjoy that, definitely do what you enjoy. But just remember that it's not true. It's all just information, right? People put out their ideas and thoughts, including myself, and it's just their interpretation of life. It's not true for you. So it's just information there to consider and to give you new thoughts, new imaginings, new ways to see things. Also, all this information is also to hone our skills on what we want and what we don't want, what we want to experience and what we don't want to experience. And that's the other thing. Focus on what you want to experience, not what you don't want to experience. It's an easy, well, simple concept, but it's not necessarily easy, right? Because we do have a lot of programming in us from, schools, media, blah, blah, blah. But if we work on it, it doesn't take that long to get control of your thoughts again. And I would say definitely meditation is good. But when I say meditation, I mean, the proper old school meditations, right? Because this is another thing that is taught by the self-help community is that we need to put all this focus into what we want, right? Into what we want to create, what we want to manifest. We have to focus on it, right? We have to do visualizations and write affirmations and all this kind of stuff. And that is true to a point. But the thing is, if we're constantly doing, like visualizations, visualizing what we want, what we're really doing is telling our mind that we don't have it, right? We don't have it. So what's worked for me at least, right? From my perspective of manifesting things is you just decide what you want in a broad sort of spectrum, right? I want I want to live in or I want to own a house that I love, or I want to travel, or I want to meet the love of my life, right? And then you put it out there and you understand that it's already done because time doesn't exist, right? And the way I look at it is that, the universe or God or spirit or whatever you want to call it is much more intelligent than me and knows much more than me. So it can come up with much better, scenarios for me to experience. So when I say something like I want to travel, as far as, and you can say you want to travel to Europe or a certain country or whatever it might be, but once you start getting into the specifics of it and really trying to get the details out, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, make up all these itineraries and lists and stuff. One thing is it never ever turns out that way, right? I mean, have you ever imagined something in the future and it turned out the way you imagined it? It doesn't happen, right? So you're going to be wrong for one thing. But the other thing is, if you want everything to be 100% a specific way, that's not the way that this realm works, right? And what happens is you'll get disappointed or frustrated that everything didn't go the way you wanted it to. And that again builds doubt in our mind. It makes us think more negatively, right? On a more negative vibration as far as, why didn't this happen to me? Or poor little me, or why can't I just get it right? Or it might be the world sucks because this didn't happen and this person stopped me doing this, or whatever it is. But if you're just open to the experience that you want to experience, and you just put yourself in the hands with trust in the hands of the universe or God, whatever you like to call it, then amazing things happen. You go to have these experiences that you couldn't even think of. And they're the real wow moments, right? Because if you want to go and visit, Edinburgh Castle, for example, and so you study it and you get all these pictures and you look at it and well, when you get there, it's not really a wow moment anymore, is it? Because you know what to expect. So you take that awe, right? That awe out of the moment. And as I say so often, guys, be more awesome, right? Or stay awesome. And that just means to be full of awe, wonderment at the world. And so this is the thing, we can create amazing experiences. I don't think we get to dictate exactly detail by detail how that's going to work out because I don't have any evidence for that ever happening to anyone. But, we can create amazing things and things that are better than we could even think of when we just trust and we understand that the world is for us. It's not against us. And once we can get into this frame of mind and we just decide what we want to experience in a broad fashion, and then expect it to happen, magical things will happen. That's been my experience. That's definitely happened to me. I've traveled to over 10 countries in the last year. And the year before, I went to the USA and traveled around Australia. And I haven't paid for any of it. I didn't have to get a job or, and save up money to do it. I just put it out there that that's what I wanted to do, and it happened. Did it happen the way I expected? No, because I didn't expect that much, right? All I expected was an awesome time. And they were all awesome. I met amazing people, saw amazing things, had amazing experiences, and a lot of wow moments, right? Because I wasn't researching and expecting certain things to happen. I just trusted that it would be awesome. And it was. So I think I'm rambling a bit at this point, but that's sort of what I wanted to say is happy 2025 and make it awesome, right? Create the world that you want to experience. Believe that you are the power. The power is in you. And everything that you want to experience is already in you. So all you have to do is bring it out, right? So I hope that you got something from this. Hope it made a little sense. Please share this around if you think other people will get value from it. And of course, stay awesome, right? Full of awe, full of wonderment. And also, I know this is the first video in a while, so I will be doing regular uploads on this channel for this year. I just need to get settled over East, but there will be regular uploads. And I've also started a locals community. I'll leave the link below with Lorenzo, where we talk about these sort of concepts, right? About how to live a better life, how to experience more of what you want. So come over and check it out. And apart from that, again, happy 2025. Make it awesome. And I'll talk to you all on the next upload. Bye for now.